Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Native English Podcast. This is the place where you learn English naturally through real conversations.
I'm John.
And I'm Sarah. We are honestly so happy you're here with us today.
Before we jump in, just a quick reminder for everyone.
If you enjoy learning English with these real-life chats, don't forget to like this episode and subscribe to our channel.
Yes, absolutely, because when you subscribe, you aren't just supporting our work, you're supporting your very own English journey. Wow, that's powerful.
Today's podcast is a little bit special, John.
It really is. Today's episode was specially made because of a request from one of our subscribers.
And if she's watching right now, let's call her Lucy. She'll definitely know exactly what we're talking about.
Thank you so much, Lucy, for sending that in. Honestly, we love it when you tell us what you want to learn.
Exactly, because this podcast isn't just our show, it's your show.
So today we are talking about something very small but very powerful in the English language.
Yes, 3 tiny words that seem to confuse almost everyone. Be, been, and being.
I know, when beginners hear these words, they sometimes panic. They think, oh no, here comes the grammar.
But relax. Today there is no grammar stress.
No scary rules on a whiteboard.
No boring definitions.
Just conversation, real life, and easy English.
By the end of this podcast, you'll feel more confident.
Not perfect, but confident.
And confidence is always more important than perfection. Always.
Okay, let's start very softly.
Yes, slow and easy. John, let me ask you something. When you were learning a new language, did you ever feel scared to speak?
All the time. I was so afraid of making mistakes.
Same here. I remember thinking, what if I use the wrong word?
Or what if people laugh?
Exactly, and many of our listeners feel that same way. So today, if you're listening and thinking, I'm just not good at English.
Let me stop you right there.
Yes, stop that thought immediately.
You aren't bad at English.
You're just learning.
And learning takes time. Now let's look at our 3 words. Be, been, and being.
They look similar and they sound similar.
But they are used in different moments of life. Not grammar moments, life moments.
Let's start with the simplest one, the word be.
Be is like a base word, a starting point.
We often use be when we talk about something in general, or something that isn't fixed yet.
Give us an easy example, Sarah. Real life, please.
Okay, I say, I want to be confident in English.
Nice sentence.
I'm not saying I am confident right now.
And you aren't saying you were confident in the past.
Exactly. I'm talking about a wish, a goal, or something I want in my life.
Be is often connected to dreams, advice, or instructions.
For example, a teacher says, be quiet, please.
Or a friend like Mark says, be careful.
Or your mother says, be kind. These aren't long, ongoing actions.
They're simple ideas, very common in daily English.
Now, let me ask you, John, if I say, I want to be happy, is that correct?
Yes, perfect. Simple English, very natural, no stress.
Now, listeners, think about your own life. Say it with us.
I want to be...
Maybe successful.
Maybe confident.
Maybe better at English.
That is be. Okay, now let's slowly move forward.
Not too fast. No running.
Let's talk about been.
Ah, yes. This is the one that scares people.
People often ask me, Sarah, when do I use been? And they look so worried.
So let's calm everyone down. Been is usually connected to the past, but not just any past.
It's about experience, something that happened before.
Let me give a simple example. I have been tired today.
That feels very natural. You're talking about your experience earlier in the day.
Yes. Or another example, I have been to New York.
Wow, very common sentence.
I'm not saying I am in New York right now.
And you aren't saying you will go in the future.
I'm saying I experienced it before. So been often means I was there or I experienced it.
Listeners, this is important. You don't need to remember grammar names. Just remember the feeling.
Been equals experience.
Life experience, good or bad.
For example, I've been nervous speaking English before.
Oh, yes, that's a very honest sentence. Many listeners feel that, but now they are trying.
They're listening, they're improving, and that's something to be proud of.
Absolutely. Now let's talk about the third word.
Yes, the most interesting one, being.
This word talks about right now.
Something happening at this very moment or around this time. For example, I say, I'm being honest with you.
That means right now, in this moment.
Or if I say, the child, little Tommy, is being very quiet today.
That means today, not necessarily always, but today, yes.
So being is temporary.
Yes, it can change like moods or situations.
Let's compare. I say, he is quiet. That sounds like his personality.
But he is being quiet. That sounds like right now.
Exactly. See? No heavy grammar, just the feeling.
Now let's slow down again.
Be is for dreams, advice, or ideas.
Been is for experience and the past.
Being is for what is happening right now.
Simple. And remember, you don't need to master this today.
Just understand it and use it slowly. Even one sentence a day is enough.
Before we end part 1, let me say something. Making mistakes in English is not shameful.
Not at all. Staying silent is actually worse because language is for speaking, for connection, and for confidence.
And you're already doing great. Now that we've eased into the topic, let's talk honestly.
These 3 words, be, been, and being, confuse even very confident learners.
And that confusion doesn't really come from grammar books.
It comes from fear.
Yes, the fear of sounding wrong. People often tell me I understand English when I listen, but when I speak, my mind freezes.
And many times be, been, and being are the reason why.
Exactly, because they look small, but they carry so much time, feeling, and meaning.
So let's slow down again and understand them like humans, not like students in a classroom.
Let's look at be again, but not as a rule. Let's think about real life.
When do we use be in daily life? Usually when we talk about hopes, advice, or future situations.
For example, imagine Peter is starting a new job.
A friend might say, just be confident, Peter, you'll do fine.
Here, be isn't about now or before. It's about a mindset. It's about intention.
Another commonplace is polite advice, like, please be on time tomorrow, or try to be patient with yourself.
So, be is simple but powerful. It's open. It doesn't lock you into a specific time.
Now, let's move to been. This is where people usually panic a little.
Yes, because been always connects the past and the present.
It tells a story that started earlier and still matters now. Think about your own life.
If you say, I have been busy today, you aren't only talking about the past. You're explaining why you feel tired right now.
Exactly. Or when someone like Sarah says, I've been learning English for 2 years, that sentence carries effort, time, and consistency.
And notice something important. Been never stands alone. It always needs support from have or has.
Yes, you don't just say, I've been tired. You say, I have been tired, because been needs support.
It needs have or has.
Think of been as a word that doesn't like being alone.
I like that. Been is social. It needs company.
Now, another funny one, people say, I being happy today.
Yes, I've heard that too. Again, the idea is correct, but the structure isn't quite there.
The correct sentence is, I'm being happy today, or more naturally, I'm being very positive today.
And notice the importance here. When we say being, we are usually talking about temporary behavior, not a permanent personality trait.
Exactly. If I say, John, you are being very kind today, it doesn't necessarily mean you're kind forever.
Hey!
It just means right now, in this moment.
But if I say, Sarah, you are kind, that is your character. That is who you are.
This difference is powerful. A small grammar change creates a big meaning.
Let's make it even more real with a couple, like Emily and David talking at home.
Uh-oh, real-life English coming up.
David says, why are you being so quiet today? That means today is different from usual.
But if he says, why are you so quiet, it sounds more like a general complaint about her personality.
Exactly. Being softens the sentence. It feels less like an attack.
This is why grammar isn't just rules, it's emotion, it's tone, it's about relationships.
I love that. English grammar is actually emotional grammar.
Now, let's talk about confidence. Many learners think, I must speak perfect English, but that idea is just wrong.
Very wrong. Even native speakers don't speak perfect English.
We pause, we repeat, we correct ourselves all the time. I do it daily.
Me too, and nobody dies because of it.
So when you say, I have been learning English, and you make a small mistake, don't stop.
Continue the sentence. Flow matters much more than perfection.
Yes, communication first, grammar later.
Let's give listeners a small confidence exercise.
Good idea. Everyone listening, try saying this sentence out loud, even if you're alone.
I have been practicing English and I am getting better.
Beautiful sentence. It uses the been and being ideas without any stress.
And if you say it wrong the first time, just say it again. That is what learning is.
Remember, English is not a test. It's a tool.
And tools are meant to be used, not locked away in a box.
Now that we understand these words, John, here is the most important question.
How do people actually use these words in real life without stopping to think about grammar?
Exactly. Because in real life, no one says, wait, let me remember rule number 4. They just speak.
And that's what learners want. They don't want rules in their head, they want confidence in their mouth.
So let's slow everything down and connect these words to daily life, work, and emotions.
Because that is where English lives. Let's start with be again.
People often think be is too basic to matter, but it's everywhere. Think about advice.
Parents, teachers, friends, what do they say?
They say things like, be careful, be honest, or be yourself.
Notice that these aren't about time, they're about choice.
Yes, when someone says, be patient, they aren't talking about the past. They're talking about how you should act right now.
That's why be is used so much in advice and instructions.
Imagine a real situation, starting a new job.
Your manager, Mr. Smith, might say, be on time, be respectful, be open to learning.
No grammar stress, just guidance.
And learners should remember this. When English talks about how to act, be often appears.
Now let's talk about dreams. This is where be becomes very emotional.
People say, I want to be successful, or I want to be fluent.
These sentences aren't about today. They're about becoming.
Be connects who you are now to who you want to be in the future.
And that's so powerful for learners, because learning a language is a journey.
When someone says, I want to be better at speaking, that sentence already shows hope.
Now let's move to been. This word carries your experience.
Yes, been tells a story about time.
But learners get confused because been never stands alone. It always comes with have or has.
Let's connect it to real life. Think about how people talk about their day.
Someone might say, I've been busy today.
This doesn't mean they are busy forever. It means the day started, things happened, and the effect continues until right now.
Now think about emotions.
I've been stressed lately, or I've been feeling tired.
These sentences are very human. They show duration, not just 1 second, but a period of time.
Another very common use is for life experiences. For example, I've been to London.
Or, I've been to that new cafe before.
This tells us you experienced it, and now that experience lives with you.
You aren't saying exactly when, because the time isn't the important part.
What matters is the experience itself. That's why been is used so much in life stories.
Now let's talk about being one more time. This one is special.
Yes, because being often talks about behavior, and behavior can change.
Change, that's the key word.
Imagine a friend Oliver says to you, you're being very quiet today.
That doesn't mean you're always a quiet person. It means right now something is different. It's temporary.
Exactly. Being shows something happening now or around now. It appears a lot in relationships.
People say things like, you're being rude, or you're being too hard on yourself.
These sentences are emotional because they aren't labeling a person forever.
They're talking about a moment. That makes communication softer.
Saying you are rude sounds permanent.
But saying you're being rude leaves space for change.
Let's put all three together in one story. Imagine Alice is learning English.
Alice says, I want to be fluent. That is her goal.
Then she says, I've been practicing every day. That is her effort over time.
And finally, I'm being more confident when I speak. That is the change happening right now.
See how natural that feels? No rules, just meaning.
Let's quickly touch on mistakes again, without fear.
If someone says, I am been tired, we gently correct it to, I have been tired.
If someone says, I am be careful, we just say, be careful.
And it's okay to use being. Say, I'm being honest, or I'm being serious.
English is very forgiving when your intention is clear.
If learners remember only one thing from today, Sarah, what should it be?
That English is not about perfection, it's about connection.
Be helps you express who you want to become.
Then helps you share your journey.
And being helps you talk about who you are right now.
You don't need to rush. You don't need to fear mistakes.
Just keep speaking and keep listening. Slowly, English will start feeling natural.
If this episode helped you, please like the video and subscribe to Native English Stories.
We are here to make English simple, human, and part of your daily life.
Bye, everyone.
See you next time.